Hi, everybody, and welcome to Silky Intuitive Tarot. I was working on some regular pieces today to put out publicly. I'm wrapping up the series, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And over at Vimeo, Have I Met the Right One? But today, I'm sitting in my I can't call it loneliness. I'm not feeling terribly lonely. I saw my beautiful family last night. My gorgeous daughter is celebrating her 29th birthday. She's feeling quite old. I keep telling her, my darling, you should be feeling like me. No, she shouldn't. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, tired and slow, bones aching, bones breaking. Wow. Hearts breaking. It's the phrase that's been going through my mind all night is, what are we doing to ourselves? Last night, again, there was another hideous blow against humanity in London. And, wow, what can I say? I just keep asking myself, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing to ourselves? So I wanted to open up a reading today and just talk about people. Maybe some of you. This is really meant for those of you who are watching. While I was shuffling, this card made itself known. The card of karma, the wheel of fortune. So maybe some of you are going through a karmic situation. Maybe you're burning off karma. Forgive my glare. Yeah, maybe you guys are burning off some karma. Let me see if I can't eliminate some of that glare. All right. Glare or not, here we go. The Two of Cups. A love situation, a connection, a healing union, a situation where two people bring life to one another, their lives. It could be that if you are just meeting someone new, this is the karmic situation you've been waiting for. This isn't going to be for all of you, of course, but forever, whoever this reading is meant for. There's a situation here that feels very much as if it's your karmic destiny. Someone who you're meant to be with. So thank goodness I feel we're putting the negative energy that's around us aside. Some of us are focusing on our own satisfaction, our own partnerships, maybe a new partnership, but it feels like it's very karmically driven. Now, that wasn't the card. It was this one. I keep coming up with this combination. For some of you, we know this is rose-colored glasses. Sometimes it's not seeing a situation exactly the way it is. Maybe keeping ourselves a little bit veiled. Maybe keeping the truth veiled, covered, hidden in some way. It's about confusion. And maybe you're in a relationship, or you're manifesting a relationship in your life that honestly you've been waiting for a very long time. Maybe you're waiting for this person. Maybe you're waiting for a change, something to happen to change. I'm hearing that friendly little voice in my head, Michael, is telling me that some of you have been waiting for a partner to be released from a rather bad, negative marital situation. Some of you have been waiting for a partner to give up a risky behavior. And some of you have been waiting for this potential partner to come out of a confusing situation of their own. The situation before some of you is really very karmic. It's a situation that, come hell or high water, the right, the wrong, the good, the bad in it, this situation is destined to happen. And I almost feel that no matter who gets pushed aside, this is going to happen. Even if someone's marriage, relationship comes to an end, this relationship is going to happen. So some of you are aware there is a situation now coming in between you and a partner. I think if your partner is currently involved in an affair of some kind, I think there's a wisdom to the decision for some of you to sort of wait it out. See if it burns itself out. See if this person drops the veil that's in front of them right now and sees your relationship for what it really is. It's karmic. It's destiny. The relationship you're either heading in or you're in now. Again, I feel it's a situation that good, bad, right, wrong, up, down, in, out, it's going to happen. But we have this someone who refuses to see things clearly. And I always get that feeling around affairs. If we're talking about an affair going on in your relationship or within a relationship with someone else, that's a connection here for someone. The situation is really causing a lot of confusion. I think some of you are attracted to someone who's a major player. They have a lot of choices on their plate. In fact, they can choose out of any lover that they want to on any particular day. And I think some of you feel like you're competing against that kind of sexual flow with a potential partner. I think somebody just has too many lovers. It's like someone is just a big-time ladies' man, or someone who's just erotically liberated. And they have many sexual partners. For some of you, you're waiting for your opportunity with that relationship. I don't know. I don't know yet. Let's see. The Eight of Swords. And yet some of you will choose to wait. You will choose to wait for your opportunity with someone who you know has many relationships. I think that some of you are actually stuck. I think some of you are afraid that this is your partner. I think you're thinking that I'm talking about your partner right now. I think you really do see what's going on. And maybe they're the ones who are blind to the fact that you see everything that they do. For some of you, you are all-knowing, all-seeing, incredibly intuitive. This person's behavior isn't fooling you one bit. And yet they still try to keep you from the truth. Someone is lying, flat out, bold-faced lying around what their behavior really is. The Five of Swords. I think they will defend their actions to the bitter end. I think this person is a right fighter. Or maybe you are. But somebody is willing to put up a fight for what it is that they want. Right now, one of you is being restricted. Just like the Hangman is the restriction. He's undergoing a stalemate or a point in his life where he can't move. And maybe this is you, my friend. There may be infighting within a relationship. Struggle. And I think part of the struggle, if your partner has taken on a number of partners, or maybe even once, you're incredibly confused as to why this person would do this, because honestly, your relationship with that partner feels very good. It feels fulfilling on a lot of levels. And so I have to wonder if someone is really playing a game with your emotion, keeping you blind, keeping you almost isolated from their behavior, hiding it in some way. I think you have a real indication that there's something going on in a partner's life. Even though this relationship feels healthy, it feels strong, in and of itself, it feels very positive. But someone has another life almost, it feels like. As if they leave your side, whether they're a partner, a spouse, or a committed relationship of someone who is not living in your surroundings. They leave you and their life takes on a different characteristic. Away from you, they're behaving in very confused ways. But more than anything, they're trying to hide the truth from you. It feels almost like they're fighting with everything they have to keep the real light of truth from being shed on the situation with them. The Nine of Wands. Okay, for some of you, you do know that this person has more than one partner. If you don't know it for sure, you've kind of had feelings, messages coming to you. And I think at this point, you're ready to give up the fight and walk away from it. Because you no longer want to put up with that kind of behavior. For me, this is you kind of looking a bad behavior flat in the eye and saying, I'm not going to put up with you in my life anymore. The same thing with this partner, looking the partner in the eye and saying, I know what you do when you leave my door. Maybe you've seen the behavior with your own eyes, and they still refuse to admit that they've done something. There's definitely a hiding of the truth. I can see this on a global level too, on a global scale with everything that's happening. Just let me mention, that message comes through here too. But I want to keep this personal. You've kind of come to the point where you're done with the struggle. You're done with the fight. You're done with the deceptions. You're done with the underwear under the front seat of their car. You're done with the perfume on their skin. You're done with the fingernail scratches down their back. There are no coincidences in this relationship. It's karma. The Justice card. Some of you are deciding to leave the situation behind. This person has been deceptive. They've been hurtful. They have kept you from acquiring the truth. When you're talking about your own life here, they are keeping the truth from you. Some of you are looking for that truth, for that final release. And I think the love is still there. And that's the thing that throws me here. Because we have a karmic love situation where there is truly, clearly love here between both people. But one person is dealing with a compulsion in your situation. It can be pornography. It can be anything that is offensive to this love relationship. And the fight is just about done. You're ready to face whatever is coming your way. Some of you have left it already. Some of you are looking at the Justice as potential, as a movement towards freedom. The Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, there's a concern around family finances and the well-being of your security. And that only goes hand in hand with these kind of justice situations. For some of you, breaking away where someone is clearly leading a second life, clearly behaving in ways that are conflicting your beliefs. There is a certain ending, and there will be, for those of you concerned about your security, there are some struggles around that situation. Michael just said make sure you hire a damn good lawyer if you need to. The Two of Wands. So this is the point in the reading where I get to tell you there are going to be choices in front of you. Clearly the choice of two paths. Do I go down A? Do I go down B? What's going to give me the most personal growth? Is one of those paths wide open and clear, like the world is here? Or does it keep me stable in one place, in one situation, and still establishing the growth here? And in the meantime, all of you, I have an emotional King of Cups. He has a clear objective where it comes to his emotional life, his love life, his spiritual life. He takes everything into consideration before he gets into another relationship. And I think that may be very much where some of you are standing right now. You have been faced with this. I feel very much I want to call this a backdoor relationship. Not that the relationship was living out of the back door. Somebody was sneaking out the back door. And that's where all of this removal, anger, hostility even, where it all comes into play. And more than anything, we have a confusion and a real question by one of these two lovers as to why did you do this to me? Why, how could you do this thing to me. When I gave you my love, I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul, and I poured my life on the line for you. But they put you in a hanging position. You made sacrifices. You closed your eyes and you turned and you looked the other way while this person was having a life of their own. But I think the tables are turning for you here. The karma. I think the tables are turning. It's time for change for whoever this is talking to. We're definitely clearing a path for you to make choices here on your future, on where you go from here. I think the struggle for some of you is just about over. Now let me take some of this standard poker deck against it and see if I can get any more. I think someone is just so fed up with being hurt. I feel it. I feel it all the way to my toes. And I almost feel like if I don't burst into tears in a moment, I'm... and that's how I think you feel here with the Hangman. You're emotionally so torn and so hung up. You don't even know, some of you don't even know how to come out of this position because you've been there for such a long time. And you've just... you've burdened yourself, some of you, with this relationship and with the actions of someone else and how they manipulated your life. But for whoever this is talking to, you're looking at the new path. You're looking at justice, looking at the Nine of Wands and saying, okay, I'm ready for my future. I've been in a bad place, and now I'm looking ahead. I'm going to remove the things from my life that aren't serving me anymore. I'm going to gather together what is mine. Be it money, property. It talks about the physical, the dog, whatever it is that you brought into this. You're thinking, I'm going to take it, whatever I have, and I'm going to make the choice to move on. And here you're making a choice, but what is the choice? The Six of Pentacles. Generosity. The flow of currency. The flow of stability. The Seven of Spades or Swords. See, the diamonds are pentacles and the spades are your swords. So again, there's between the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords is travel. Confusion, though. Confusion, again, it's inner thinking. It's that thought process that is maybe stuck here, saying, how could you do this to me? I've put so much into you. I think that, though, as far as security goes, I think this partner who some of you may be separating from, I think maybe for whoever this is, they're thinking maybe for the first time in their life, they're going to have to do the responsible thing for the people or the person that they have hurt. The Ten of Cups. somebody rectifying a wrong in your situation, being generous with love, maybe trying to make the situation right again, make it work again, make it complete again. Maybe this person is trying to convince you not to leave because this is such a freaking awesome emotional connection that where this disconnect happens, it almost feels crazy to me, like I can't wrap myself around why this person could hurt someone they love in such a big way. The Joker card. Again, how can this person... This is about the extreme. It's about the extreme depth of maybe this person's betrayal. Or maybe it's the extreme depth of your emotions connected to this. I think a lot of it for you is protecting the children in the situation, if there is. Not wanting children to be exposed to the situation. The Ace of Wands, the end of the difficulty and the beginning of something new, something that works far better in your life. Maybe a new person, a new lover, maybe making their way in. If this is talking to you, you may be looking at someone brand new. The Ten of Pentacles. Again, we're talking about that family money, the stability, the family unit. And so I do think for some of you, this person who has been wrapped up in kind of an emotional situation that maybe just got out of their control. A situation maybe you've left. There's an appeal for some of you coming through from this person. On some level, this appeal, though, may be coming through in the form of generosity. I often wonder that with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords, are we dealing with someone here that has no economy with words? And so they don't speak clarity. They are confused emotionally with what they're dealing with. And they cannot clearly communicate because they themselves are confused by their own actions. They may feel out of control. They may feel like there's something that they need to address but don't know how. And so what this person is going to do to bring that love back around is they may be showing you their love and affection through their generosity in their wallet. They may be lavishing you with gifts or trying to take you to expensive dinners or paying your bills for you. They want to be there for you because for them, the pain that they hurt you with may be even worse for them because they've had to end something here that was difficult for them. And so I think that some of you really are entering a time in this whole situation where someone may want to have that reunion, that maybe you've been waiting for. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to change and to come through with the right actions, the right words, the right gestures. Because you may have been with someone who just had no idea how hurtful they were with their gestures. I think somebody may be trying to make a wrong right again. And I think for some of you, this is really about rectifying this situation. I need 2 here. The 10 of Swords. By golly, the 10 of Swords. Being at the end, just 3 tens. There's total transformation going on a personal level for you. 3 different areas of your life. What I'm impressed by here is the fact that this 10 of Swords is communication. You're with someone who, some of you, who this person doesn't know how to communicate. Again, this is coming out of that period. What the Ace of Wands here is really telling me, this person may just be ready to open up and speak words to you that maybe they've been hesitant to speak for years. This is a situation from the past, the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is the reunion card. It's the card that says all is forgiven. I want you back in my life. And so for some of you who is recognizing this, if you're right in the beginning of this, this is a potential ending for you. You're going to have to work through some stuff to get to the new beginning, the reunion, the new beginning with a resurrected situation. Again, this is the reunion card of something from the past. It talks deeply to a marital connection that's been lost. And the 8 of Cups. All in all, someone has left the situation. Whether or not you're going to resurrect and heal, I don't know. Something is being left behind. It's either the disappointment, and you're going to fill your cup in this relationship again, or you're going to find yourself more happy, liberated, more freedom, more vital friendships, relationships, moving forward, if you walk forward alone. So this, again, this is really about free will. Which way do you choose to go? Which way does this partner choose to go? Now, at the bottom of this deck, we have the card that represents taking the lead. Maybe someone needs to take charge of the situation. Is it possible that someone is holding back? I think for some of you, it's this person who just does not know how to express themselves. I know a million people like that. Okay, let's grab Romance Angels. Let's grab a little bit of guidance in this. Where you go with this, for some of you who this resonates with, it's all about free will. What you choose, what this partner chooses, what direction the two of you want to take this thing. How deep does this partner who offended this situation, how much true love do they have for the partner that they offended? That's where the real question is here. If this is talking to you and you want to get more clarity on this, reach out to me through my website contact form or through my website, or through my email address, through my email address. Get back to me and I'll get an invoice started where you can purchase a reading meant for yourself. If you want to look at some love readings, energy readings, if this is speaking to you, some of the readings over at my Vimeo channel may actually speak to you. A lot of this kind of situation there. All 12 signs, sun, moon, rising. Take a look over there if you want to look closer at love and love in certain circumstances. Flirt. Okay, so this person is flirting with you. You feel their sexual energy all over you. They do what they can to brush up against you. They try to smell your perfume. They're still very much connected to you. There are outward signs there yet. With flirt, I don't know if the words are spoken. If the words were spoken, you wouldn't be feeling like someone was flirting with your emotions. It says, extend your light-hearted energy to others. But I think in this case, this may be that person trying to come through to you with what they believe is flirtation, and I don't know if it's working. For some of you, this is saying maybe your intentions need to come through if you want to try to resurrect this thing. Maybe your first indication is to come through to them with the same sense of innocent flirting. It may just add the right amount of energy to the situation to get the positive cycle going again. Codependency. Now let me say something about this. This can definitely talk to the safety of an ex-lover. It can talk about leaning on that ex-lover, maybe when your own life isn't going so good. Maybe when you're not seeing so much promise in your emotional life. Sometimes we codependently fall back on exes because it feels safe. Exes are exes for a reason. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Again, this can be talking about this person's exterior connections that may be sexual, that may be flirtatious, that maybe lead to this person again having more than one life. I think for some of you, you're feeling strung along, even though the connection here is so powerful. It talks more about somebody who is out of control with something, habitual things, the codependency on the pornography. That person knows they've lost you. Number one, they know they've lost you. They know that for some of you, you've already moved on. And what this is really talking about is resurrecting and getting you back. Retreat. Whether you know it or not, whether you realize it or not, the door is opening for some of you. And for some of you, the door opening will come in the form of a romantic retreat. a time away. It's time to disconnect from the world and connect to one another. And so this person may want to try reconnecting through some sort of a special time of reconnection. I think that's what I've got for you guys. Reach out to me if you want a reading meant just for yourself. I'm glad that the energy spilling out into the global world isn't weighing too heavy on this reading. Those things, if we're talking about the global situations going on right now, some of you just want to run away and hide. Bury your head, retreat, kind of step back and watch what happens within the world, because right now the world is a bit of a frightening place. Retreat, go within, take some reflection time. It will be good for you. It will help to disconnect. It will help you to disconnect from the exterior world. I think that's about all I've got for you guys on this one. We'll have to see what the next hard up-close look for all my 12 signs is going to generate. I think that's going to be my new summer series. Hard and up close. This is number 1. And so for this time, until I decide it's time to do another one, maybe a few days, take care, guys. Be well. You know I love you. My heart goes out to all of you. Healing can happen if it's your will, if it's the will of the other person. And I'm keeping hopeful for those of you who want to resurrect something that looks like it once probably was really very good. And so, take care again, guys. Bye. Peace.